Welcome back, sophomores. I'm really excited that we're all here on campus together. So let's start the year strong, stay focused, stay on task. Remember that staying organized and communicating with your teachers is going to be key in all of this. We're all on a team here, so use your resources, your teachers, tutoring times, your librarians, and of course me. When you get your schedules, just remember that if there's a mistake, you have to email me right away so we can address it, but that's the only way there will be any schedule changes. So let's have a good year.
Hey guys, I'm Miss Amanda Fauché, the school nurse, for those of you who don't know me. So happy to see all of your faces back in the hallways. This school year is going to look a little bit different, but we're going to get through it. If you haven't done so already, make sure to go to our website and check out all of our policies and procedures and everything that covers COVID-19. Make sure you always have your mask and you're wearing it. And also, if you do ever have a positive case of COVID-19, make sure to tell mom and dad to report it on our school website. And come see me in my new office right across from the chapel.
Go. Hi, my name is Denise Nero. I am one of the 2 assistant principals here at St. Thomas More. I am in charge of instruction and all student activities. This includes the many clubs and organizations we have on campus: band, cheer, dance, student council, science club, Spanish club, fishing club, just to name a few. We have many opportunities for you to get involved here at STM, so please take advantage. I am located in the front office by Miss Heidi if you ever need anything. However, I strongly encourage you to follow the chain of command. If you have an academic issue, please consult with your teacher first. 99% of the time, the issue will be resolved at that time. If you feel your issue has not been resolved, you will then go to your counselor. After you have exhausted these options, you will then email me to either share your concerns or to pick a time to visit with me. I am always here for you and want to ensure that you are successful, so please let me know if there's anything I can do to make that happen for you. Good luck and welcome back.
Hey everybody, Marty Cannon, Assistant Principal for Curriculum here at St. Thomas More. I want to welcome you all back to St. Thomas More. It's been a long stretch without you and we're excited to have you back on campus. My job is primarily to help the teachers give a high quality, robust education for you guys in a Catholic environment. So if you ever need anything from me, feel free to reach out to me. My office is in the front and I'll be walking the halls every single day. You need me, I'm here for you. Most of all, we're super excited to have you back. Go have a great year. Go Cougars.
Okay, good morning. First of all, let me introduce myself to those that don't know me. My name is Rich Lane. I'm the Dean of Students at St. Thomas More. And my job in a nutshell is to make sure that our school environment is safe and productive Catholic learning environment for all you guys to take advantage of the opportunity that your parents have provided you, sending you to St. Thomas More. With that being said, it's great to be back on campus at St. Thomas More, and what we've experienced over the past 6 months is something that nobody else breathing today has ever experienced. It's a lifetime experience, and hopefully we can look back on it and gain something from it and use it for our benefit in the near future. So with that being said, I hope all is well and everyone is doing their part to manage the pandemic the way that they can in this strange situation that we're living in today. But bottom line is, that's the hand that we've been dealt. We have to adjust and we have to deal with that. And we have to overcome the obstacles to continue and just overcome anything that we may face in the near future. So the school year, as we know it and as we've known it for the past umpteen years, is going to change. Our routines are going to change. And the leadership has been working under the guidelines of all of the federal agencies, the CDC, the Louisiana Department of Education, the health systems. We've been talking to more people than I knew that were out there. But we have come up with an idea that can best suit our community, our 1,000 students that are going to be on campus this school year. So this is our routine. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you what a typical day will look like this year. And remember this too, this is a fluid situation. It changes from week to week, month to month. So this is something that we're starting with. Hopefully we're going to get progressively a little bit more progressive, and we'll be able to change it, and we'll go back to a more of a normal school routine that we've known up to this point. But as of right now, this is going to be what your daily routine looks like. Our campus is going to be closed, and what I mean by closed is only essential personnel will be allowed on our campus and in our school building. Essential personnel are your faculty, the staff, and the students, and those people needed to run this school. The hours are 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Okay, 7 a.m. in the morning is when the doors open. Don't come early. I know a lot of you used to come early. We can't open until we're ready to do some of the precautions that we have to do. So our school doors are going to be open at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, we'll have people in place to help you. When you come to school on campus, okay, students, you can enter through the front doors, and you can also enter through the side entrance near the student parking lot, near the small gym. When you come to school, as soon as you get out of your vehicle, that mask needs to be on. Consider your mask part of the school uniform. It is mandatory for you to come to school and to be on school grounds. Okay? As uncomfortable as they may be, it's just one of those things that we have to get along with and we have to do this year. So the mask is the school uniform. You will be required to use it. As soon as you step foot out of that door in your vehicle, make sure you have it on. You won't be allowed on campus without it. So when you come through the doors, okay, you will be we'll have a temperature check. Will be in your homeroom. So when you walk onto campus in the morning, you want to enter campus, and you're going to go straight to your homeroom. There is not going to be any more loitering or gathering or socializing with your friends or your partners from now on for a little while. So as soon as you come through the doors, you have to report to your first hour class. Your first hour class, your teacher will take your temperature and will do the self-check with you, and then you will remain in that homeroom, okay, your first hour class, throughout the first hour, and then we'll change. Always, whenever you're on campus, remember this, and you'll hear us talk about this all the time: social distancing. Try to keep social distancing at all times, okay? And I know it's impossible all the time, but let's do our best to social distance. Social distance means 6 feet from you and to your neighbor. Whether you have a mask on or not, you need to try to stay social distancing from people, okay? And the big thing is to keep moving. Don't get static. Static is when you're standing still. Static is when you're in a group. Static is when you don't move. So you want to keep moving so that you can continue to go. That will enhance your opportunities and availabilities of social distancing for that. So once you report to first hour class, okay, you're going to be temperature checked. You can do your homework. You can catch up, whatever, and whatever your teacher's going to allow you to do. You can talk and communicate in class, but you don't want to gather. You don't want to gather around. Again, you can practice social distancing in class. That's one of the reasons that we're going to this AB hybrid schedule, is so that you can social distance without a lot of trouble. But when you come to school, you're not going to be able to loiter in your cars either. I know several of you. I know a lot of us. What we'd do, we'd come drive onto campus and we'd switch cars, and we'd jump in the car and we'd talk for 15 or 20 minutes before we get onto campus. You come onto campus, you get out of your vehicle, you come into the school building, and you go into your first hour class. That's how you're going to begin. Nobody's going to be allowed to sit in their cars and talk about what they did last night and talk about the homework or catch up on your homework. Hey, you come to school, you get there. If any chance that you arrive after 7:34, okay, you're tardy, as normal. What you have to do is you have to go to the front desk in the canteen area where Miss Michelle sits, okay? You have to get your tardy slip there to be admitted into first hour. You must get your tardy slip there. At the same time, you're going to be screened. You're going to have a self-check there. Ms. Michelle's going to help you. She'll give you a sticker that indicates that you have been screened, so that when you go back into first hour class or go to first hour class, you simply give the tardy slip or any admit slip to the teacher, and it will have on the back a screened, which will indicate to that teacher that you have been screened and your temperature clears you to be in school. All of us that have been screened and that will be screened on a daily basis, our names will be documented for that same reason. But if you are tardy, you have to go to the front desk, get your tardy slip, and you'll self-check with the temperature screen there at the front desk, okay? So remember, 3 tardies in 1 quarter will result in a detention, okay? So once we finish our classes, okay, if we have to change classes, transition period, okay? This is where I'm going to count on you guys, okay? Transition period. Everybody, again, we're trying to adhere to the social distancing while moving in between classes. In other words, when you leave a class, go to your next class. You're not going to be able to hang out in the halls. You're not going to be able to hang out in the mall. You can't go to the gym. If you need to go to the restroom, go to the restroom. But hey, we're not gathering at any one location. We don't want to be static. We want to keep moving. So you leave from one class to the next class. As you enter to the next class, before you enter, okay, after one class leaves, what we're going to do is each teacher is going to sanitize the classroom, okay, in the high-touch areas. We're going to make sure that we sanitize. So we'll sanitize that, and then you'll be allowed to come into your second hour, third hour, whatever classroom it may be. But we're going to sanitize after each class leaves. We'll sanitize, then the next class will come in. Lockers will not be issued at this time during the school year. Okay, because what happens when you have a locker, then you get those groups, and then it's really hard to get that social distancing. So right now, we're not going to issue lockers. So make sure that you bring supplies. You're toting your supplies, whatever you need for the day. Don't say it's going to be in my locker, because we're not going to lockers. We don't have them. As time progresses, hopefully this thing eases a little bit. Then if we need to issue the lockers, we can always go back to issue the lockers. But it allows us to comply with that social distancing, that rule that we're trying to be separated as much as possible. For lunches again are going to be quite different than they have been in the past. Again, you can bring your lunch if you like, or you can purchase a lunch in the cafeteria, and we'll have the 3 lines that we normally do. We'll have 2 lines in the cafeteria, and we'll have one line in the canteen. And as well, if you want to bring your lunch, you can bring your lunch. But here's the ticket. Let's listen closely. You are going to eat lunch in your 5th hour class, okay? In other words, if you have first lunch and you're leaving 4th hour, you simply go by the cafeteria, you pick your lunch up, or if you have brought your lunch, you bring your lunch to your 5th hour class, and you eat in that classroom, okay? So if you have fourth hour, if you have a first lunch, you leave your 4th hour, you run by the cafeteria or go by the cafeteria, and it's a grab and go, okay? Most of the lunches for the first couple of weeks are going to be hand food, something that I call you can eat with your hands, okay? Whether it be a hamburger, whether it be a hot dog, whether it be a piece of pizza, whether it be, something that you can eat easily in a classroom. We don't want the Salisbury steak and the rice and gravy going into the classroom, because that's going to make a mess. So for the first couple of weeks, while we get used to this new system, it's going to be what I call hand food, something that's very easily to eat. But you're going to eat in your 5th hour class. If you have second lunch, that means you go to 5th hour first. Okay? If you have second lunch, you go to your 5th hour, take your 5th hour when the bell rings to go to second lunch. Again, you leave 5th hour, you go run by the cafeteria, you grab your lunch, grab and go, and you go back to your 5th hour. So everybody eats in their 5th hour class, whichever one it may be. You might have first lunch or second lunch, but you're eating in your 5th hour class. Okay? So that's something that we'll have to get used to. What I ask for you to do when you eat is we're going to have trash cans in the hallways during that period of time. Take the food that you eat at lunch and deposit it in the trash cans in the hallways. Don't put the food that you eat at lunch in the classroom trash cans. We don't want the smell, the remnants, okay, of your sandwich or whatever you're having in the classroom. So we're going to put some trash cans out in each hallway. So your lunch trash goes in those trash cans there, and then we're going to dump that. You can use the restroom at lunchtime if you'd like to. Just remember this. Just let your teacher know out of respect, hey, I need to go run to the restroom, so that she'll know where you are. Okay? Again, you're not going to be able to run from class to class and dilly-dally around and go visit your neighbors. You're going to eat in your 5th hour class. It's going to feel like you're a little bit confined, but that's what we have to do this time. and you'll get by it. You know, we'll all get by. It'll be fine. Okay, at the end of the day, on dismissal again is on the bell system, okay, at 2:34. Okay, we ask that students depart. When you depart at 2:34, we ask that you depart in an orderly fashion. If you got to go somewhere, then you get there, okay? If you have a tutor session, or if you have a meeting, if you have a club, something like that right after school, go to that. Again, there's no hanging out in the mall, there's no loitering, you can't go this and that and this and that. You go from A to B. You go there. If you have a practice, you go there. Don't sit around. Okay. If you need to get in your vehicle, you get in your vehicle and you depart the school building. Okay. Library. The library will have their own. They'll be open until 4 o'clock. But again, you got to make sure that's going to be we're going to be practicing social distancing. So we'll have to identify what the policies are on the library to go to it. Those students that depend on being picked up after school. Okay, a lot of our freshmen, a lot of our sophomores depend on their parents picking them up after school. Make sure that you get out to under the front walkway so that you can be picked up. Don't sit around here and hang and wait for your mom and dad to call you and say, hey, I'm outside, come get me. Okay, go out there, be ready for them. Remember, we're trying to move quickly through this system. So when they're there, jump in the car and take off and go. So basically that is what our school day looks like. During the day. Let me go through a few general things that we've done over this past 6 months, to try to help. What we've done was we've improved our ventilation. We've got a state-of-the-art system installed in all of our air conditioners and our vents. It's called the Casper system. What that does is it basically pumps pure disinfecting air at the same time. Okay, so whatever the air that we're in, it's disinfecting. It's working 24 hours a day. As long as that air conditioner's on, it's pumping a disinfectant onto the school and into the school classroom. So it's cleaning all the time. As long as it's running, it's pumping clean air in here and it's cleaning the surfaces. I do advise the teachers and the students to take precautions. Wipe down the high-touch areas, whether it be the doorknobs, whether it be light switches, just the areas that you use a lot. Your desk, you want to wipe that down. Just to be cautious with it. But again, we're cleaning 24/7, so that's something that's ongoing. Also, we've put up hand sanitizers in each class. So when you walk into your class, you ought to hit it real quick, wash your hands real quick. That's the one thing that we've been told over and over and over. Is wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distancing. Those are the 3 things that I've heard the most over the past 6 months that can help us get rid of this pandemic. Are those 3 things: mask, hands, and social distancing. Let's do that. Also, my 2 cents, and I know you'll be hearing about it later. Don't share items. Okay, don't drink after somebody. Don't share a notebook or a book or something like that, because when you touch something and hand it to somebody else, it's just like it rolls downhill. It's giving it away. So minimize your sharing. The nurse's office has moved, and her office now is located across from the chapel. It's a little bit bigger. Hopefully, it'll be able to handle and provide nurses' responsibilities a little bit for you a little bit better. But her office is now right across from the chapel. So if you're looking for the nurses' station, that's where it's at. One of the other things that we've done this year is we've improved our water fountains. No longer we've increased the number of our bottle filling stations to where it's hands-free. Again, that's a precaution that we're taking during this time. But we've installed several hands-free water fountains. So if you have a water bottle, fill up your water bottle and don't use your neighbor's water bottle, but only your water bottle. So those are a few things that we've done to help ease this situation. Today, what we're going to do is your ID pictures will be taken throughout the day. We'll call your class, and then you'll come and we'll take the pictures, whether we'll get our IDs this afternoon, tomorrow, or probably Wednesday. Once we get them all coordinated, we'll probably do that. Also, parking permits will be given out during homeroom today. And our parking permits have been all shuffled up. They were put in a basket. They were shuffled up. There's nobody. The A's don't get better than the Z's, and the Z's don't get better than the A's. They're all mixed up, and we just simply pull out, and we'll attach that number to that student. The seniors do get first choice. They'll have the first 200 in the cement lot, and then we'll go with the juniors, and then we'll go with the sophomores. So that's kind of how we do our parking permit. So everybody has the same chance to get a good parking permit as anybody else, depending on your grade level in that situation. One of the other things that we do, okay, as far as parking is concerned, if you'll notice when you drive your car in, we've repainted the parking lot as far as the yellow lines and the numbers. They're easy to see. So it's really going to be difficult to say, oh, I couldn't understand why I didn't, I had parking permit number 247, but I really parked in 88. I couldn't make out the difference. That's not going to be a good excuse anymore. If you've got number 88, park in number 88. If you got number 241, park in 241. That's how that deal is done. So let's make sure that we park where you're supposed to park, because if you park in somebody else's spot, they don't have the spot to park. So let's be courteous when we drive and be cautious when we drive through that parking lot too. One of the other things too, since we're doing an A day and a B day, I know that some of you are saying, well, heck, I know on A day I'll be here, but on B day it's Billy's spot and he won't be here, so I'm going to park in his spot today. No, they may come to school. There's a possibility that that's going to be used. He has the right. He has purchased that spot, okay? Don't assume that they're not coming because they're on the different schedule. You park in your spot. That's the beauty of having a number. You have a spot 24/7 during school hours, not 24/7, but you have a spot. So park in your spot. It's just being courteous, okay? It's doing the little things that make us a step from the top. So let's make sure that we do that. Our restrooms are cleaned. They're going to be cleaned every 2 hours, okay, to make sure that's up to date on as well. Nightly disinfecting. We're going to disinfect all the locker rooms with a spray fogger. We're going to disinfect the gyms. We're going to do our best to keep this facility just as clean and as safe as possible for you. And with that being said, that's about all I have to say right now. I want to welcome you back. If you have any questions or concerns, certainly come to me. You know where my office is. If you see me in the hallway sometime, just ask me. I mean, hey, look, these are, the one thing that I can say is we are changing. It's a fluid situation. It's always going to be changing. If you have an idea of how to do something different and how to do something better, let us know about it. Call one of the administrations. I promise you, I have never been in this situation before in a school system. I've never been through a pandemic. So it's all new to me. So, it's all kind of trial by error. If we're doing something and you think you can figure it out, let us know. We'll at least evaluate it. We'll talk about it, and if it's better, heck, we'll do it. We'll give you credit. Maybe give you an extra hamburger or something. So welcome back. Hey, let's make the most out of this. Hey, it's what it is. It's going to be good. It's going to be good to be back. I know y'all all excited to be with your partners and see your new teachers and all that kind of stuff. Keep your head up. Keep your chin up, and let's keep moving forward. So with that being said, I got to go. Bye.